Welcome back, guys. Mike here, Money, Marriage, and Media, and today we are kicking again with Anton Daniels and his one-on-one sit-down with Brittany Renner. Go check out the last part if you haven't, but I'm also going to leave, this is going to be a playlist. So, if you're, if you can't find the rest of them, for some reason the algorithm's not showing them to you, there'll be a playlist. It's going to be a playlist on the channel, guys. But look, we jumping right back in, so let's go ahead and get it going. 600 subscribers. That's what we need. Like and subscribe. Make sure your notifications are turned on, and let's go.
Do you feel like you get a bad rap? Like, do you feel like, because even when, like, I looked at your Instagram, right, and I seen it when you were passionate and you were crying in the car and stuff like that, and it's almost like people think that it's an act.
Yeah.
Why?
Good question.
I don't know. I think because I play the villain role so well that when people see me crying or expressing any emotion, it's like, she's a psycho. She's a sociopath.
Yeah, but to be fair, who created it? Who is perpetuating that persona? So, yeah.
She's faking, and scene, good job, you cued the tears right on time. And I'm just like, ew, that's who I really am. And that's exactly why I don't want to show you guys that. Because when I do show myself, it's still the same shit. So it's like, I might as well just have fun and play into whatever, have fun with social media. But I think the biggest reason why I didn't say anything is because my heart was very much broken and was crying almost every single day for at least a month and a half.
You love really hard, though.
Yeah.
That's the feeling that I got, because I read the book and then I listened to the audiobook just to hear you talk, speak it, right? And it seemed like the majority of the people that you've had a relationship with, at least as described in the book, you love them really, really hard, right? And even when, so you talked about threesomes, right? For example.
Never again. Well, yeah, never again.
Well, you talked about threesomes, but you was talking about how difficult it was as far as the jealousy on his end, and then the jealousy on your end at first, but then once you embraced it, then it became jealousy on his end. Mm-hmm. Why do you think that people are even enamored with the idea of including other people in their relationships when they don't even have a solid foundation with what they were doing? Because,
guys, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you now, threesomes don't work, because the situation, just like he talked about, people get jealous, and it's not worth the headache. But again, most average guys can't pull that off anyway. So I'm gonna just leave that one there, because it's not realistic for most guys, myself included. I'm not trying to have a threesome. Number one, because I don't like to share. Nah. And number two is that jealousy always creeps in with it. I don't care how long. I know that there are, a very minuscule population size that says, oh yeah, well we do this and we do it all the time. At some point, it's always a breakdown. It always is. It's inevitable.
you kind of described it, and correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Feel free to correct the story and everything. You kind of described it like you was doing it to kind of fulfill something for him, or to ensure that you can keep the relationship.
Well, I don't really like to speak for everybody, or maybe why people do it, because I think there are transparent, open relationships that are thriving. That wasn't my situation. For me, I felt at the time, as a 20-ish, early 20-year-old girl, the only problem in relationships is guys cheating. So what happens if you fix the one problem? So he's not going to cheat on me, because we've already eliminated that possibility, and now we're sleeping with girls together. I'm the cool girlfriend. I get invited out to Vegas while all the other girlfriends have to stay at home.
Yep, lack of a father. That's a bunch of BS. That doesn't work. The guy's cheating. That's not going to stop him. It's not. Nope.
I know everything there is to know. So I felt like that was the only problem you could have in relationships, was getting cheated on. So I tried my hardest to prevent that from happening. The jokes write themselves.
Yeah. Because it seemed like it just became a lot more complicated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because then you're seeing the person you love that you really don't want to do this with. You're not really living like that. You don't really want to be with girls. You don't really want to do this. You just want him to be all about you, and he's not.
But I guess the interesting thing about it is that you still stuck around for a long time.
Our low self-esteem. And I know a lot of people would probably never believe this, but when I was with him, he would always overpower my.
You know what? I think she was actually being genuine with that answer. Just the speed of her reply. We got to call it what it is. That's accountability. I know we got this narrative out here that women never hold themselves accountable. You gotta applaud it when it happens. Brittany Renner, hey, she's holding herself accountable. She had a low self-esteem. The question is that becomes, has she addressed that? Let's keep going and find out.
My voice. So, what is the thing he used to call? Because his dad used to call his mom this, a mental midget. Like, he would always try to insinuate like that you're really not that smart. You really don't know what you're talking about. Like, pipe down a little bit. And after so many times of hearing that, there's that little voice like that you like where you believe it. So there was a point in time where I really wasn't saying that many words throughout the day. I just got really quiet.
Really?
Yes, and it's hard to believe. I love to talk. I'm so expressive. Like,
Yeah,
I have
you're
a
a
big
little
personality.
firecracker.
Yeah, but it's like when I was with him, I allowed myself. I shrunk myself, and I was like this quiet little mouse. So it was just like my thoughts weren't even my thoughts. It was like I like Eminem. He's my favorite rapper because that's what his favorite one is, and that's my favorite food because I just completely lost myself. I just became him. It was weird.
You know, the interesting thing about it, and I said that I wanted to ask you this question because was he a first manager?
Yes.
But you were starting to blow up on social media.
So I think this is important too because it's really funny about our relationship. I actually deleted, after I left college, I deleted my Twitter, never had an Instagram, deleted my Facebook. And I had no social media for a year. You know why?
Why?
Because I wanted to focus on my man and I wanted to show him how loyal to the soil I was. So I deleted all social media. He still had his, but I was proving to him, I'm this amazing wife. Pick me, pick me, pick me. I used to be a pick me. That's why I hate pick me's now.
You hate big.
You know what's interesting? It's again, I don't see anything wrong with the behavior she's exhibiting, but she did it for the wrong guy. Again, those vetting process, when that vetting process breaks down, this is the results of what you get. You get what potentially could have been a great wife for the wrong guy. Because if what she says is true, we have a history of trauma and bad relationships based off of selecting the wrong men. Fathers, they are important. Let's go.
Pick me's?
Yes, because bitch, you ain't getting picked. Okay, you're not getting fucking picked. And I wasn't picking myself. Deleted all my social media for a year. And then I asked for permission from him to create an Instagram account. He was like, okay, you can, under one condition, only females. So when I first made my Instagram account, July 2012.
See, you didn't add this context in the book, though. This is why I wanted to add this
No,
context.
and that's why I was like, let me tell him. In July 2012, I made my Instagram, and it was private, and I would literally go through all my requests and only accept females. Because I used to post pictures, like, I had like a six-pack, post pictures of my body, posting workouts, only females. I had like 30,000 females. Like,
she's posting thirst traps.
Tons of requests. Mm-hmm. Again, permission. What changed my life was December 2013, I was asked to do a World Star video. I know they're probably a little too young. They ain't been on social media this long.
Yeah.
But World Star Candy was a thing where they would have the hot girls working out to the songs or doing a sexy video. They asked me to do that. I, at that point, shot the video, December 2013. Mm-hmm. And my Instagram started to slow down. Like, the app would not, it would like freeze. It would like force close. It was because I had so many requests. So I went from like 33,000 followers to over 100,000 followers after I did the World Star. And I don't even know how many actually came from World Star because I had always been private. It took almost a week for all of my requests to process, and I had like at least 150,000 after World
Why
Star.
did he let you do the World Star Candy thing?
Because he was my manager, but he was also metaphorically like a pimp. I was the moneymaker. He was supposed to go to the league. That didn't happen. And so then I became the focal point. I became the cash cow. I used to sell workout plans and meal plans. We typed it up. He's the one who got me into fitness. So it was like I was our moneymaker.
Wow. Man, this is, again, high level conversation. Because imagine if she'd have done that for a man who was disciplined, who had integrity, morals, and ethics. This woman was willing to delete her social media. How many women out there will say they're going to do that? Because she was ready for marriage. And she wanted to prove it. But again, that's huge. But it's for the wrong guy, so it's wasted. I guarantee she's not going to do that today. Just because it didn't work out. But imagine if she did that for the right guy. Again, she'd be married, had a couple kids by now. And with the right leadership, I mean, I understand this vetting process. It means everything as far as rebuilding our community. This is just, I don't even know what to say about that, man. I mean, so many. It's like fruit from the poisonous tree. Everything that comes after that, because dad's not around, because you don't have a male family member that you love, value, and respect, the vetting process is gone. So everything that comes after that, you're just growing weeds. Man. And like I said, a lot of women are following her. She has a following. So this is how, yeah. We can see what the solutions are. The question is that, how many people are actually going to jump on board with number one? The first thing is you need to get married before you have kids. And before you can do that, you need both parties, both genders need to stop having sex with people who are not interested, who you can't see getting married to. This is the results when we don't do it. And all this mess. And it is a mess. But look, we're going to continue to dive deep into this. I'm going to say goes to the next time. Peace.